is all this about Tibetan singing bowls, and how do you play them, and what's with the mallets, and what is it all? That's what we're going to play with right here today. I'm at a different angle because I have my camera down on the table because that's where the bowls live. So I'm going to rearrange. Here we go. Whoop. So there are different sizes of singing bowl. I have 4 different ones here. This is the vortex bowl. It's quite heavy. It's about 11 inches across. This little one is the first one I ever got decades ago. Hello. And here's the Tree of Life, Tiger Bowl. So they're different sizes. What is the difference? Yeah, the size, yes. But beyond that, they will put out a different tone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play each of the bowls so that you can hear the differences. I'm just going to play with a tap. And they will play on. I'm pausing them for the moment. There are many different types of inviters. Some people will call them a beater, but you're not beating the bowl, you're inviting it to sing. So the inviter or mallet, some of them are wood, and some of them have either a cloth or suede of some type over them. Usually your bowl will come with whatever it is that the inviter, and so you will not have to go and get one separately. I'm going to play what I used before was this one that has the suede over it. Now I just played the wooden end accidentally. Here's the difference. I'm going to play only this bowl right here for the moment with the wood. You may have noticed there was more of a sharpness. I'll play it again. And I didn't tap very hard. It's not like you're getting a big wallop or anything. But because it's wood, you have hard on hard. And if you think about the physics of that, the science of that, you can understand how the sound would be a little bit more on the sharp side. Not sharp in terms of pitch, but a little bit harsher. Now here, the same bowl. The sounds are the same. First the wooden one. Now this one. See, so that will give you an idea of the difference when you have the wood versus the suede. What order do you play the bowls in? Whatever order you want. Whatever order Spirit tells you. Really, this is about your intuition. It's not like, I don't know, the gods or the universe will go, oh no, you played the F before you played the C sharp or whatever, that's just bad, you're out of heaven now. It's not going to happen, right? So you can play them in whatever order. When you have these metal bowls, they're not going to, you cannot prepare ahead of time for them to be a certain pitch. When you have a crystal bowl, you can have a set at C, D, E, F, G, whatever, and they will have a pitch because they're poured into a mold. These bowls, although there are molded bowls, but these are hammered by hand, and you will, don't know how much you can see it, but there are actual, little marks because it was actually hammered with heat and hammers, literally hammered. So that makes it a difference. Hello. So the sounds that it will make are discovered. I put a little mat under here to keep the bowls from sliding, but sometimes they get stuck on the bowl. So when you are playing these bowls, these are metal, and they're not just going to have the one note effect. You play a crystal bowl that's pitched to a C, assuming that's what it is. That's the note it's always going to play, no variation. When I play any of these bowls, they're metal, and part of having the Himalayan essence to them being the metal bowls is they have that wah-wah, and they have the different notes. So I'll play the largest bowl again. And this one was chosen because it resonates with the fundamental or the base note of an F as for the heart chakra. Hear the wah, 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 and the higher wah, 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 that's going on. And as you play it, you can play it harder or softer or whatever, and you'll hear the wah-wahs. When you play bowls together, these are all pitched so they sound pleasant together. I mean, I chose this set of 3 for that reason. And the wah-wahs, the reverberations change over time. So there are 2 different ways that you can invite a bowl or play a bowl. One of them I've been showing you just by tapping on the rim. And if you do it more loudly or more softly, of course, that will change what it sounds like, how much space it fills. So if you're like, I don't want to wake the baby, you might tap very softly. And if you're trying to clear the energy of a room, which these sound bowls are great for that, then you might tap much more loudly. You can also rim or play around the rim. A bit of a funny angle. Okay, here we go. This particular bowl only likes this particular mallet. It doesn't like to sing as well for this one. Now I'm going to sing the bowl, play around the rim of a different one, and I'm going to use this. So when you're holding the bowl, you don't want to clasp it like a claw. See how if I'm clasping it like my hand is like a claw, grasping hard, it doesn't really sing because, well, you've trapped the resonance with your fingers. So you'll lay it on a flat palm or just ever so slightly curved enough to hold it, but not grasping. So your fingers aren't really involved. When you are considering bringing a bowl into your collection, it's really good to introduce yourself, meet the bowl, see if this is yours. It's kind of like selecting a crystal. Many people will say, well, here's this bowl of labradorite or whatever, which one is mine? It can be the same idea with the bowls. There may be one that's lovely and it may sing well, but you may have the feeling, no, this one is beautiful, but it's not mine. And you may have the feeling you hear one and you're like, mine, my precious, I must have it. So it often works that way, just as it does for crystals. So I hope that gives you an idea. So much of this is about what is going to feel right in your heart and your soul. It's not so much about the mechanics of which one before what. You don't have to know music theory and all of that. You're using it as a pathway to your meditation and mindfulness. I hope this is helpful to you. And before I go, I'll just let you know that I do sound baths and meditation, particularly over Zoom, because, I live in a remote area, I'm blind, and I don't drive. So Zoom is my friend. So I can do that for you, for your group. I'm going to be in a couple of school communities in November and December doing that, and I can do that for your group. And if you would like custom music made, you can also give yourself that gift with me. So if this is helpful to you, I hope you will like the video, subscribe, and tap the bell. Also, there's a beautiful comment section below, and if you have any questions, I would love for you to say something. Let me know, what is the question. Then that's how this video came to be. And finally, I would just like to thank Nayeli and Christine and Katrine and Connie, who had all mentioned certain questions that they had or things they wanted to know about the bowls, which are more properly called Himalayan Singing Bowls, or more commonly Tibetan Singing Bowls. So thank you very much. Namaste, love.